Welcome to part 4. Let's keep the Nazi slaughter ongoing. Finally, the British tyranny comes to an end. London, June 21, 1948. As if blessed by the sun, the German flag hung high this morning over Buckingham Palace to mark the end of the tyrannical monarchy which has plagued the English people for centuries. Field Marshal Gerolf Feinbond, who led the British invasion, cautioned that armed resistance is to be expected, but the majority of the British people will soon realize how they have been fooled by the British government's warmongering leaders. Following the surrender of the whole Commonwealth now falls under the German rule of the remaining armies, and the remaining armies have been ordered to stand down. Yes, Winston Churchill and his fear-mongering.
Leave me alone, all right? I don't know you. I'm not looking to make friends.
Well-maintained workbench.
Huh. That was... okay. Another one. Regime crosses the Atlantic. Vancouver 3/1947. Earlier this week, a German submarine was sunk in the Cobalt Strait just a few miles off the coast of Cape North. Today, hundreds of ships crossed the Atlantic and the first German troops set foot upon Canadian soil. Now it is time to be brave, said the Prime Minister in an emergency radio broadcast. It's now or never. Our boys at the front line need your support to defend our homeland, to defend our freedom. Oh god, there's so much. Victory Asia. Berlin, July 8, 1948. Early Monday morning, a special assault team launched an assault on the last stronghold of the People's Liberation Army. Within hours, the Republic of China surrendered unconditionally. Expert commented that the Japanese government now had no choice but to give up their territorial claims in Asia. Sources close to the field marshal claimed that a plan is being drawn up for both China and Japan, which will transition the two countries into servant states with separate governments and militaries. These states will, of course, be supremely governed by the superior German Empire. So they took over Japan, huh? Royal Air Force is down but not out. 1945, the Royal Air Force suffered a major defeat yesterday at the Battle of Liverpool. Though major losses were reported on both sides, the RAF were forced to retreat after losing more than two-thirds of their fighters. But even when faced with overwhelming odds, our brave boys in the skies continue to fight for the king and country. The fighting spirit may be what constitutes the very essence of the Englishness. You as Englishmen, we fight until the very end, said a corner shop owner trying to put out a fire raging inside the St. Luke's Church. And I will be damned if I will let Jerry come here and tell us what to do. Was this man channeling the spirit of the RAF pilot Jameson? Jameson was shot down above Liverpool yesterday, burst out of his burning wreckage, his body on fire and armed only with a pistol, and killed 4 German paratroopers before finally succumbing himself. Even as the enemy stands at our doorstep, the RAF will go to hell and back to kick them out of England. Jolly good boys. Wrong button. Early morning, a small group of prisoners escaped from Eisenwald prison. The prisoners were described by the police as highly dangerous murderers, rapists, and degenerates. They advised the public to stay alert for people displaying deviant behavior and report that may help track these individuals down. It was a devastating defeat for the Red Army when the German flag was raised on the western side of the river Volga this morning. In a statement to our reporter on site, Field Marshal Frederick Wright said that it was a victory. It's not only thanks to our hard-working and dedicated troops, but also the results of a new weapon that was deployed for the first time in battle. The Panzerhound is a mechanical autonomous beast of war that can feel no fear and cannot feel remorse. It is the purest form of killing machine, and it will tear the Russians apart, limb by limb. The Red Surrender. 1946. The cold Russian winter bites hard, but no one could tell looking at the rosy, smiling faces. Man, all this reading is making my throat hurt. The cold Russian winter bites hard, but one could not tell looking at the rosy, smiley faces of the victorious German army and the liberated Russian people. The last battle against the Red Army took place in Izhevsk, following their month-long campaign to seize the Russian capital, and the campaign, which, after numerous setbacks and hundreds of civilian casualties, caused the Russian people to turn against their own army. With nightly bomb raids by the German Air Force on the Red Army's military factories in the Ural region, it was merely a matter of time before the Russian forces would start to lose their morale. The murderous tyrant Joseph Stalin is yet to be found, but there are rumors circulating that he may have been assassinated by his own men. Stalin, huh? Should be the last one. Stockholm, 1945. The Red Army were forced to retreat last night from Moscow engulfed by flames following a week-long German bomb raid. The barrage of mortar fire heard throughout the night and well into the early Thursday morning seems to have obliterated what was left of the inner parts of the city. As of yet, there has been no word on the whereabouts of either Joseph Stalin or his high command. Looks like that woman from the train. Or no, that's her. That's him. Ugh. Last night in England, Paris, September 17, 1951. The stalwart resistance of the brave people of London has been quelled. Claimed sources inside London after the August uprising, which had seemed like a turning point for the resistance fighters. The German tyrants unleashed their latest machine of oppression, a monstrous thing called the London Monitor. Eyewitnesses report described the fight as a massacre, with the cobblestone streets drenched in the blood of the brave resistance fighters, crushed or gunned down by the giant machine. German elite combat units then proceeded to move from block to block, systematically taking out the last remnants of the freedom fighters.
Are you deaf? I'm busy. Fuck off.
Jerk.
Ow.
Max ist so schön die ganze Zeit nach dem Hammer. Hast du ihn gesehen?
McTodd.
Hmm. God, this place is big.
Oh, it's so good to be home, Captain. You know, I think I might need to catch some Z's. Yep. I'll see you when I wake up, okay? Nazis out there, we gotta...
Must be Max's room. Max hiding in there is at the Project Whisper folder. Either need a crowbar or find a way around.
So off to find the crowbar. Is a terror thread over. 1960. A strange feeling of serenity comes over me as I walk my morning promenade along under the linden. At first, I struggle to understand what this feeling comes from and why I haven't felt it for so long, and then it hits me. For the last 6 months, there have been no terrorist activity, no ruthless killing sprees against innocent civilians, no car bombings in peaceful neighborhoods, no suicide attacks on public transports. Has the secret police, once and for all, won against the war of terrorism? God, I keep pressing that. I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. The Americans are at their knees, Field Marshal Franz Gustav Byers told the gathered reporters during today's press conference. The superior German submarine fleet, accompanied by its loyal Japanese allies, has helped Germany achieve a major victory in the Pacific, with no more than half the American fleet destroyed at the Battle of Gulf alone. Germany has betrayed us! Rome, October 1949. And so we must face the bitter truth. We, the Italian people, have been fooled into thinking that our northern ally would be our country's salvation and a collaborator in rebuilding Italy to its former glory. Reports from the north are coming in describing German tanks and infantry turning against our soldiers and attacking our own people. Witnesses describe horrible scenes of whole villages burnt and plundered. We are now just days away from complete invasion, and our weak government is incapable of doing anything about it. I advise all Italians not to surrender. Do not bow down to the will of the invaders. Rise and take up arms. Do whatever you can to fight back against tyranny and rise for freedom. Liberation of America has begun. The honorable German peace troops embarked on a nationwide victory tour this week. The goal of this operation is to liberate the oppressed American people and protect them from dangerous insurgent elements. All American military personnel are advised to stand down and report to the nearest German checkpoint. Once there, they will be issued a labor card assigning them to work on rebuilding the country according to the superior cultural standards of the new regime. America rises from the ashes. The American spirit rises in the shadow of the mushroom-shaped cloud that was produced by Germany's evil atom bomb when they hit New York. Cells of freedom fighters have assembled across the country and are taking up arms. Though targeted attacks on the German VIPs and bombings of crucial military installations, the American resistance is making it very difficult for the invaders to remain in control. Reports claim the German invaders have become so desperate that they are shipping elite anti-rebel units from China to prevent the insurrection from spreading. Eyewitnesses' account also describe mass executions of civilians as punishment for attacks performed by freedom fighters, which in turn makes more freedom fighters. Shanghai. Thanks to the ingenuity of German engineers, the Great Wall of China has been reinforced and upgraded by our benevolent German liberators. Hundreds of powerful automatic flak cannons have been installed along the wall, guarding the airspace from any potential invaders from the Mongolian territories. Elite German troops have also been stationed from one end to the other to guard the border. This is a great act of generosity bestowed by us, by our benevolent liberators, symbolically marking the beginning of a new era of peace in Asia. Those sound like some Nazis I want to kill. The largest bomb ever invented was dropped 13 hours ago in New York City, largely decimating Manhattan and killing over 200,000 people. It's an atomic bomb, said our great leader in the radio broadcast to public speech. 20,000 times more powerful than our biggest bomb ever created before, but more than a bomb. This is a warning to the American people. 1948. Speaking to the American people in the falling snow on Christmas Eve, the President of the United States declared the government's total surrender to the German army. The announcement comes just days after the atomic bomb was dropped on New York. This is the final act of violence, may have saved millions of lives that would have resulted from a land invasion of America, said the German leader in a press statement following the announcement. I applaud the President for taking such a brave decision. After the President's speech, a spectacular show was put on by the invading troops, parading the streets of Washington to a roaring sound of German jet fighters passing by overhead, and more spectacular with a massive mechanical beast known as panzerhunde or armored dogs hulking over the crowds. It was a proud moment for the Republic of China and the People's Liberation Army as the Japanese were pushed back into the Hubei province. Yet from the north, another dark menace approached at a swift pace. The German army has overthrown the brave Russian Empire and is now moving towards China. During a rousing speech earlier today, Chairman spoke of his faith in the Chinese people. A unified China cannot be defeated, he said. A unified China cannot be conquered. A unified China will never surrender. Too much reading.
Well, that seems to be in order.
There's the crowbar. That's a pouncer. So many knives. So many knives. Okay. And okay. Nightmare. Let's go get the plans.
Max, I really need you to step aside. Max, bitte. Geht zur Seite. Das ist wichtig.
Max, komm her! Komm an! Alles in Ordnung. Alles wird gut sein. Warte hier. I'm sorry. I should have known he would have taken it.
Dreaming. Strange dream. The killing never stops. Till I die.
OG Wolfenstein. Never played it. Wonder if I would have gotten something for finishing it.
Much obliged, Captain Blazkowicz. You ready for an assignment? Friends and comrades, this is it. Project Whisper. It's been in development for years, a helicopter aircraft. The Nazis have found a way to make it virtually silent in flight and undetectable by means of radar. Anya has decrypted the Nazi chatter out of London and located the only 3 prototypes in existence at the London Nautica research facilities there. With Captain Blaskovich on the team, we are finally strong enough to strike at their operations. The days of scurrying like rats are over. With these machines in our possession, we can go anywhere, hit anything. We will rebuild the Kreisau Circle, arm ourselves to the hilt. We will rise up and take down Death's Head for good. They think the war's over. That we are weak, beaten, don't have the guts to oppose them. And as always, they are wrong.
I've got a 14-hour drive. I've got a sinus infection. I haven't had a full night's sleep in 8 months. So let's go, people. Because I'm not doing this again.
Thank you for doing this, man.
Stop. I just want to get this over with.
Sandy! Beruhig dich! Johnson! Die Papiere bitte. Danke, Sie können passieren. Herr Hitler!
Oh, Hitler.
Hey, oh shit, there.
This big fucking disgraceful building is the London Nautica. This used to be downtown London. Used to be fighting in the streets over here. I mean, furious, unrelenting resistance. And then the Nazis brought in the London Monitor and everything went to shit from there. They just do whatsoever they please now. They just fucking leveled everything and erected this fucking monstrosity. It's a top Nazi research facility, this is. Aviation, space, all kinds of evil shit transpiring. Caroline and the other pilots should be over the radio tower by now, you see it. Anya's operating the radio back in Berlin. You can reach him using this. This is where you get off. So long, Blazkowicz. You make this count, all right?
Jesus!
Approximately 7 blocks from your location. You'll have to find a way to the top floor of the Nautica and open the hangar doors. That way me and the other pilots can get inside.
Sounds like a Panzerhahn. Dog. Eesh. Uh-oh. God, stay down, you robotic Nazi mutt.
Blueprints of the building. It's a long way to the top.
Did somebody say headshot? Eesh.
Up ahead is the reception area. I want you to go to the far end of the reception area, through the large doorway, and into the Mundo. Mundo's is raised by Scovage, and Bobby's death will not be in vain.
No sign of the London monitor. We might be okay, assuming we don't crash our hang gliders.
Oh shit. I really hope there wasn't something like a map somewhere through all this damn wreckage. I don't know how the hell I'm supposed to find one here. I thought I had throwing knives. I never have throwing knives. I'm not a big fan of how it keeps taking away my weapons. Like, come on. My throwing knives. Where are my throwing knives? marksman rifle. Oh, my throwing knives. And my throwing knives.
Inside the moon dome is a door to the maintenance section. Look for a door on the outer wall near to the top of the dome.
God, I love people just randomly leaving shit around, you know? Something. Wish there was a flashlight. I swear to God, these railings. That was embarrassing. Alright, back where I died. Kind of busy with this fucking thing. hiding.
Look for a hatch on the wall. It's the access tunnel to the elevator shaft. Hopefully the elevators haven't suffered any damage from the blast.
I am so dead. I died to that? Oh my god.
Meinst du, die fallen alle gleichzeitig aus? Sei nicht so ein Feigling, hört uns doch mal! Und was zur Hölle war das? Klingt, als wäre jemand oben auf dem Aufzug. Vielleicht sind sie hier, um uns zu retten.
Shooting the brakes off an elevator. What could go wrong? Stand on the counterweight.
Nazi scum. Only good Nazis, a dead Nazi.
I think I found something.
What do you see?
Ancient artifacts. Highly technological in nature. Parchment. Looks like Hebrew. I think the Nazis are trying to reverse engineer all this stuff.
Are there any identifying marks?
Dot? You should. Dog, Abel, apostrophe. Abel, Tara, space, Yoke, item, Charlie, Hal, Uncle Dog.
Might be something in our archives, Anya. See if you can find any references to Dot Yishud.
Will do. Be careful out there.
I like her, Blaskovitz. Good catch. Be sure to bring as much of this Dot Yishud stuff as you can carry.
Will do.
Gotta be a way in there. One more. Right. Let's fire it up.
Boy. Come to Papa. That's the thing. Look in part 2 when there was a fucking area that I couldn't get into.
Channel behind the north wall. Look for some form of access point near the floor.
Was a fucking there was that place I couldn't get into. The door was locked, and I was like, there's this grate. I don't know how you're supposed to get in there. Are there stuff only you can grab after you beat the game? 1960. As one of the key figures in the opera computer... Ugh, my voice still hurts from all the reading from earlier. As one of the key figures in computational science, Dr. Ernest Brandit was the inventor of the first AI system to be used in one of the General Strauss's war machines, the Panzerhound. Now his gaze is fixed on his next challenge, creation of the smartest non-human intelligence in existence. There are many benefits for society if such an artificial being could be created, said the soft-spoken doctor to us when we met up with him last week in the Modern School of Computer Science of Brussels. Not least because it can help us automate the process of determining who is a decent citizen and who is not. It is a tantalizing thought indeed, which is why the General Strauss has granted Brandit an increase in funding to his research project. I think I grabbed everything.
I think you're in the room that's blacked out on the blueprint. The door is reinforced with blast shields. You'll have to find another way out. About 2 floors up is an access point leading directly into the hangar. You should be very close. The hangar is where the Project Whisper helicopter prototypes are kept.
Okay, pull out the knives themselves. (1960). A new paper released today revealed the results of their recent research into animal hybridization by the group of bioengineers at London Nautica. I want to roll out a crocodile in the not-so-distant future, said a happy scientist when asked about the practical implications of this research. A crocodile, huh?
There's my helicopters. That's it, engineering. That's your bottom dollar, it is.
Actually, does the suppressor turn into a 3-round burst into a fucking single shot? Huh. can't hit my headshots. I'm trying to go over. Oh. God damn. I don't know who killed me. Dual marksmans? Why the hell would you want to dual wield marksmans? And what the fuck? Whoa. Okay. That's new. Okay. So it did have a weak point. Now I just need one more nade. And the fun shall begin.
Right. Nazi's dead. Nazi robot's dead. Broke all your shit. Helicopter secured.
Mother. Classified? Gibraltar Bridge opened. The biggest bridge ever built was finally inaugurated yesterday evening in front of a gathered crowd of top Nazi politicians as well as specially invited upstanding citizens in the area. In honor of cutting the ribbon went, of course, to our beloved leader who has flown in from Berlin this morning and held a short but powerful speech. Afterwards, in front of the impressive construction crossing the Gibraltar Strait, I was moved to tears, says Wilma, a local shop owner. He has such a way with words. She wasn't the only one moved to tears. Gunther Grunwald, head of engineering of the project, received a special thanks from our leader. I am speechless, says Grunwald afterwards. I don't know what to say. Oh, someone broke a screen.
Well done, Blazkowicz. Don't move, you're getting visitors.
Visitors, huh?
You folks are crazy.
Oh my god! Look out! No. Klaus, are you alright? Hey, okay, mister. Nothing broken. Gosh, dang it, Klaus. Be more careful, alright? I can't have you dying on me. Captain, pick up Caroline. Put her in the pilot seat of the last helicopter.
Gotta take the little elevator, though. Let's go, Caroline.
My hero.
All aboard!
How did you survive? I thought you were dead.
Don't remember much. Remember punching Hans Gross in the face. Remember ascending into the sky. For moments there, I thought I was going to heaven. Then falling, then pain. First pain of my life. Felt like my insides were running out through my back. Could barely move. Had to crawl. They found me after 3 days in a ditch. Long months in a Kreisauer hospital bed. They were shoving tubes in me. Infection. These things I don't want to remember.
I'm sorry about your legs.
Don't be. I've learned how to fly.
Okay, there's no way they don't notice 3 fucking helicopters going into the Resistance's fucking waterways.
No way, no way, no way!
Have you finished complaining? For now, this is top priority. What is the dot ye should? How can we get in contact with them? Anya, what do we know?
Very little, but I have some ideas.
Good. Anya, you take the lead on this. Blaskovich, whatever she needs, you help her find it, yeah?
William, I could use your help. Could you come over here for a second?
First I gotta explore. I don't know if I can get another nightmare. Yeah, Hitler. Ooh. Oh my god, was someone behind me? Ugh. Well, I'm gonna end this part here. Maybe I'll be able to challenge it again next time. Maybe next time I'll be able to beat it. Until then, see ya.